Pogba will leave it for Rashford. He strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Oh, they went for Martial. Lovely touch by Fernandez. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
Fellas, good evening. What we saying, guys? What we saying? We're here, as always, to react to the performances and the results of the club that we so passionately follow and we love, stuff like that. So guys, welcome to AllinAllunited. Your boys Reem, Nico. We have pep training session, Philbricio Romano, fans against Oli, Callum, and Lion. Fellas, welcome. What we saying?
Well, I wanted to change my name tonight, but I didn't know what to change it to, man. That's so much different things I could change it.
Yeah.
Pressure in the house.
Phil, tell us something now, man.
Tell you what. I'm tired. Reem, I'm tired.
It was quiet like that. But people know what to say. I suggest we have a minute that time for our beloved club because I was going on right now.
But it's not even that. I just tired, man. I just so tired. After coming on these shows week after week after week after week after week. You get my point. Week after week. And there's nothing to be positive about, right? Unless you guys can tell me something positive, then I just tired. I really tired, man.
Yeah, I feel you definitely, bro. I feel you for sure. Nico, how you feeling about you?
Again, banged up mentally. I think even physically also, because it taking so much of a toll that it had maybe to affect the physical, So it has been a long day, as a lot of our weekends are of recent, some very long days from the Liverpool, which was a big derby game to today, and it was just again, it wasn't for the mighty here by the first half, we could be about 5, so another disastrous day.
Yeah, and let me just get some comments on the inside. David Curtin, you're always on time, bro. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Anderson, good night to you too. Anderson saying here, I totally understand, Phil. I feel the same. Yeah, the entire fan base. Yeah. Hey, Simeon, welcome, buddy. He's saying them City players were all smiling after that game. Like, Ollie prepared them a good plate. Fire, we in higher on the inside for a while, boy. How are you feeling?
I'm trying to choose my words carefully because you remind me for the program as a PG-13 program. I want to get right into it. I will message yourself.
Just we want to get into it just yet, because I want to say a couple of things before we get into the mix, right? So just tell me how you're feeling.
Your body gloves, your boxing gloves. You're ready to fight.
Serious note, all joke aside, I feel no way about it. This is not surprising. Maybe if I was surprised or was like, wow, this was our abysmal performance. No, actually, this is our consistent performance. We know when we meet teams that are that certain ilk that we are all going to be played off the park. So I am not emotional about that at all. I'm looking at the football through an analytical eye because some of you know I do coach, so I don't just watch the game as a pure fan. I look at it from an analytic point of view, and it makes me feel good as an analyst because I know to myself that everything's happening right now. I could predict it days in advance, weeks in advance. So yeah, no feelings that day, none at all.
But that's no way. So that's no way. That's no. I want to ask Callum something as you say, looking at that from the analytic point of view, right? So you seeing the flaws in our system. Clearly, you see the flaws in our system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see the flaws.
They're not flaws in our system. You don't have flaws in our system because no matter what system you play, football 11 versus 11, there's flaws in our application or lack thereof of application. Exactly. So that's where I am seeing a lot of improvement opportunities, which our manager doesn't seem to be able to, for whatever reason, have not been able to grasp or have not been able to maximize on the improvement opportunities. So, as I say, you want to get into everything right now, but in the Filipino system, you can play 9-1 system because Spain played that World Cup with
A
the
false 9.
4-6 with not that 4-9. The Spain played that World Cup with 4-6, no forward, and they won the World Cup. So it happens. Rather than 2010, they played no striker.
You guys don't realize that my alarm went off at 6 o'clock this morning because I wanted to get to a bar early, and outside it's cold, and outside it's still dark, and I had to go and experience that bullshit. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand my pain. Outside is single digits here in Toronto, and I choose to leave my warm bed to go outside and watch that BS. Guys, I see people in the comments saying that they know my pain, and you guys don't know my pain. You don't know my pain. You know I could be in my bed at 8 o'clock in the morning instead of watching that. Boy,
Let me just get some people who are on the inside as well, right? And then we'll get Lion. I'd ask you how you doing. I can't remember. I want to make sure. I cover all my panel now.
Nah, you didn't ask me yet.
Yeah,
But,
go through now. Go through.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't surprised with the loss today because from the past, you expected wins with under Sir Alex Ferguson. When we lose that game, expected that win the next game. When we draw a game, expect us back. But under Ole now, we go into every game with a lack of confidence. As fans, I don't have confidence in this team no more. I just feeling like anybody could beat us, right? Any team come, and worse again is an Old Trafford. Old Trafford is not a fortress no more.
Long time.
Honestly, I'm not feeling bad as I would have felt if we play good and we lose because it's an expected result.
Yeah. Let me just get some comments here, and then we'll get into the mix, right, guys? Hey, Kurt, welcome, buddy. Thanks for joining. All right, Richard, thanks for joining, buddy. And this is saying here, once you saw the lineup, you realize it could have gone only one way. Hey, the Arsenal men on the inside by Junior. Thanks for joining, buddy. Saying good night, guys.
We talk that.
Now he's saying now you understand how I feel in years now. Anyway, enjoy the program, guys. Great content. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's
touching base, man.
And he also saying I'll take Marcel and
Take him and go.
So guys, let's get into it right now. After the Liverpool result, right? We at least what was being bandied around was that Oli had 3 games to save his job. So after that, team Oli talked about the siege mentality, and all that rubbish, right? So we came and we beat a very, very poor Spurs side, playing it extremely safe, right? Then on to Atlanta in the Champions League, Ronaldo saved us from the jaws of our loss at the death. And then today, now Oli has a good record against Pep, right? And if I remember clearly, I think this fixture has always been the one that saved him a couple times well in the past, right? But today was another disaster. And I mean, I think Callum and Ian said it. It wasn't a shock, right? It wasn't a shock to the fan base, right? If we're watching our team over the past couple of weeks, this shouldn't be a shock. Now, let me share some match stats that I pulled up. Today, we had 1 shot on target. City had 70% possession. City had 9 corners, and we had 1.
94.
Right? Now, sometimes stats don't always tell the tale, right? But guys, today it was pretty clear, right? Anyway, so let me get into the mix, fellas. Team sheets. Go through Nico.
Yeah. Again, after we played Spurs with each other back, right? Again, Spurs was tepid. We sort of got the result, right? So I know would have said that maybe early onto something, maybe onto something, and then in the week against Atalanta, we started with the 3, we went behind early, and then we had to revert to 2 when Varane get the injury, right? So I still all right, maybe still he onto something. So we went back with the 3 today, and on top of that, we was calling for Bayi, and Bayi was back and in the 3. So I said, well, all right, let me see how this matchup going to be now. So so I still kind of, I still a little apprehensive, but I said, all right, let me see how this thing could really, slug out against a top quality coach, top quality opposition. And so in terms of that, I was surprised to see Bayi, because I know we was talking about if Lindelof was fit, we would not see Bayi, but he played the 3, so Bayi was in the team, so that was good. We know he was going to show Wan Bissaka. Greenwood was I didn't know the synopsis, so I was going with Cavani, to be honest, So Cavani not even in the squad, well, again, of course, so, and then Greenwood coming in. Well, again, now that be maybe swap for swap when, and I know Rashford they say Rashford was ill, for the week, so I said, well, all right, well, I guess they saw we had to go out. We know we always playing Bruno, but again we was swamped, players didn't know who to mark again. Wan Bissaka didn't know who to mark, Bruno didn't know who to mark, who to help. McFred again, the same thing, same or nothing, Shaw still again all over the place, with no help. And I don't know if we had to go as far as into the first half, but for some reason, I don't know if it's some kind of juju on Bayi, right? That most of the times when he get opportunity and he do good, the next game, some rubbish does happen, And to me, that clearance, as yes, I could have seen the pressure, it had waves at a pressure, or a spurt of pressure at that moment, but Bayi should have done better, with that clearance, So, again, in terms of the team sheet, I think it was predictable, but I was really expecting more, which definitely we didn't see.
Yeah. So, guys, you all watching, continue to like and continue to share the video, right? We want to get the content out, right? Phil, I come into you, right? And I want to add this as Nico brought it up. So, as we at it, we talk about team sheets. You all could get into the game as well, right? Was that mistake enough for Bayi to get hooked at halftime?
No, it was not what he. Sorry, go ahead, Phil.
I'm going to be honest. It doesn't matter who we brought on. It would have still been a Pep Guardiola training session, right? You could have brought on this, and you could have brought on this entire panel of United of AllinAllunited onto this onto the pitch at halftime. They would still make no difference, right?
Talk for yourself.
Huh?
Talk for yourself.
Talk for yourself. Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, Callum, at the end of the day, this.
Ask me a place. Talk for yourself.
But here we're going on, right? Because we changed the formation, but we never changed the personnel.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? At the end of the day, we can play a 4-6. We could play a 3-4-1-2. We could play a 4-3-3. We could play a 4-2-3-1. But the same personnel still remains, and then we expect them to perform week in, week out, right? This was the perfect match for Donny van de Beek, because City don't play physical, right? Donny van de Beek has the IQ to pass. You see, you saw how Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and Gundogan were passing around Scott and Fred and Rodri today like a bunch of training cones, and they still could not get the ball. When we got the ball, it was like, here, have it back, right? Donny van de Beek was the perfect personnel for this game. But at the end of the day, he does not fall under the category of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's favorites, right? So whether we had subbed Bailly or left Bailly onto the field, it would have been the same thing over and over and over and over again. I was in the bar today, and Sancho got the ball and dribbled past one guy, and the entire bar is freaking out. And I'm looking down like, you guys see the score? You guys see the score line, right? Be positive, be positive. I said, big man, Sancho just dribbled past one guy. Sancho will probably pass it to another United player, and within 10 seconds, it will be back with City.
So long.
Lion, guess what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Guess what happened? Less than 10 seconds, City are passing the ball amongst themselves. But the entire bar freaked out about Sancho dribbling past one guy and being composed. That's how low our standards as a fan base has dropped, because we got excited that Jadon Sancho dribbled past one City guy and we're down 2 goals at home.
Yeah.
Training session, Reem. Reem, today was a training session. You put 10 cones onto the pitch, dressed them up in a United jersey, and that's how it was. Training session, buddy.
Yeah.
That was not a Manchester derby. That was a training session.
Exactly what I was saying today. It looked like City training.
Yeah. Let me just get some comments here, and I'll comment I'll come to Callum, right? Simeon saying here, the only surprise is that the powers that be are allowing this embarrassment to continue. Whole league singing 5 more years. Yeah, every team that we play singing already we winning. Wow. Anderson saying, thank goodness for the international break. Maybe we can bring in someone by early next week. You trust the board to do that, by? Wait, let me just get this one. Tyreek, good night, buddy. Thanks for joining on. Tyreek looking at us from the YouTube side. So, guys, if you're on the YouTube, share the content as well. We appreciate it, right?
Yeah, man.
Mario Guevara, thanks for joining. He's saying, I believe Ollie's style of passion and grit is outdated. Hope and pray for the best outdated. Yeah, Manchester United needs a coach who not affiliated with the club, not affiliated to the club to club history. So Alex Ferguson, when he came, was not a Manchester United legend. He came, instituted a new format and playing style. Ollie doesn't have it. We need a coach as the tactician. Yeah, and legendary winner in football. Zidane, if we could get him. Yeah. Hey, Jody, thanks for joining, buddy. Mario also saying Ollie never played a back 3. He played a back 5, practically parking.
No, he was forced. Yeah, exactly. He was forced. The fellas couldn't go forward, big pass anyway.
Yeah. Hey, Nigel, thanks for joining. He's saying, on the analogy, by getting hooked at halftime, that Dan Maguire should be seen bench. Yes, exactly. But anyway, I want to put that to Callum, right? Let me just get Jody saying here, my number 1 goalkeeper did all he could. He could have done. Yes, he should have done better for the second goal though. David Gittins, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying Manchester United, the club that keep on giving. Hey, Kenton. I'm saying all the out channels. Yeah, well, there's for Nico. He's saying all him. See Mac Mayonnaise, boy. You and only going down a ship, you know. Hey, thanks for joining, buddy. So fans against Ollie. Callum, I had posed it to Phil. Do you think that and as I said before, you all could go into the game as well. But do you think the mistake or the error that Bailly made for the own goal, do you think it warranted him being taken off at halftime? We know that probably in Ollie's mind he needed to make a change to go a little bit more attacking because the purpose of the back 5 is to not concede, and you conceded, so probably you needed to go on your front foot. But after his showing against Atalanta, and I don't think the mistake he was that bad, today, do you think the mistake was justified, the own goal?
I I honestly, I can't look at the football from a micro point of view anymore. Taking off Bali, not taking them off at this point, I would have made no mistake to the results we've been having and the result today. Doesn't. I look at it from a macro point of view. And macro, the club is suffering at a level of not management but ownership. Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing the best he can do. Alright? Now it is way, way below what we have the greatest club in the world deserve and need. But he is just giving all he has. Now, our leadership, the Glazers, these are not football people. I don't care what you tell me. They may be I'm into NFL, whatever the case may be, but they are businessmen long before they are football people because the results, the mediocrity they have been accepting for far too long, they would have never ever under real ownership. All right, you see the fans still going on from the game crying. Yeah. Under the leadership, for example, let's use Chelsea leadership. The Russians. Imagine this guy, I also remember this.
Lampard.
Go back to Lampard, who won the European Cup, the first European Cup.
Is Avram Grant, boy? Was Avram
Not that,
Grant, I think?
before, go back again. He was a former player. I don't know why I can't remember his name also.
Was.
Oh, no, that is I know the fella you're talking about.
Yeah, but he won it for who? He won it for who?
For Chelsea.
Yes.
No. Get out about it.
After they won the European Cup.
Di Matteo, yes, Di Matteo.
RDM, okay.
After 12 games into the new season, they sacked him because his performance was mediocre. And once we accepted mediocrity, we can't vex with the person who's put in place to perform the mediocrity. So Ole, I don't vex with Ole, he must go. Now look at Ole's football now. Let's look at Ole's football. Ole is playing the English Premier League. So we are building to win that league and be among the best clubs in the world. The three top teams right now, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City, are three elite and proven managers in the form of Tuchel, who has been successful in Germany, who led PSG and now is in England. We have in Pep, who was successful in England, Germany, and Spain. And we have Klopp, who was successful in Germany and England. And now we have Ole, who was successful nowhere. Not even Norway.
Actually, he win in
All that.
He win in Norway. Yeah.
I know it.
No way. Right? No way. So my point, people compare him to Alex Ferguson and say, oh, they give Alex Ferguson a chance, but people forget. When Alex was coaching Aberdeen went on to win the European Championship.
Yeah.
The time when the Cup Winners' Cup. So he was a proven commodity at that point in time at the highest level.
Correct.
Always a proven commodity on the field at the highest level. A player, being a good player doesn't translate to be a good footballer. Moving on. Let's actually look at his football. We played 3-5-2 today, which was essentially, we actually played 7-3. Because if we name the 7 defense players, there was Maguire, Bali, Lindelof, 3 central backs. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, who the league knows are at the very best are good defensively and always average in attack at the best. So that is 5 defensive players. Then we play McFred. McTominay, good young player, we go work with him. Fred, you all know my opinions on Fred. I don't want to mash up the show, but that guy, you know,
Callum, if you don't give your opinions on Fred, I will. Okay, I will.
All right, Fred, that guy, you know, no Brazilian, I don't know that's where you come from. Fred should not be feel for Manchester United at no point. I don't care no what telling me. So that is 7 defensive players to play, and then we played Bruno Fernandes in the center of our park with no help. So basically, he has to do more defensive work than attacking work. So we played 8 defensive players. Cristiano Ronaldo, we know to get the best out of him. You can't ask him to defend. That is mad. There's no team in the same mind asking Cristiano. So then we played short, and then we was playing with we started with Greenwood. well, bless his soul, he tried. So we play again, two of them trying to make magic in front by themselves. So off the back, all these evening football attitude is bad. Because remember when we were getting success against Man City, we were playing on the counter. We are Manchester United, the greatest club on this earth has ever seen and will ever see. And you telling me my coach is trying to play on the counter? Counter yourself out of the gate. Get out of my team. We do not play on the counter. We dominate games. We play on the front foot. We are the best club in the world. And once your mindset isn't that, as a coach in Manchester United, you should not be there. So anytime you have the field to play, no, I'm not saying that coach because Ferguson do it every now and then. Based on the
sure.
you might say, you know what, we go play counter today. But not the whole season plan. That is madness. And we still don't have the personnel on what to play on the counter because before we had Rashford, Marshall, who play on the counter and they're pretty quick players. Now you know me and Cousin Marshall are already pulling these days, but the point being, you still have other wheels to get up the road. No, we don't have it. So Ole is being found out. Next time for football. We analyze football from 4 points. But you can do it in possession, out of possession, transition of defense to offense, and transition of offense to defense. That's what we do. If somebody decline this call, Ole call them and not right. So possession, as Pep pointed out earlier on, I counted at no point in time Manchester United was able to string 7 passes together. I am a coach. I run a football academy. I have my academy right now broken up into 4 age groups, right? When we do passing drills, like a possession drill, the older guys, that is 12-year-olds, they're able to do it pretty okay. And by the time I jump back in 9 and 10-year-olds, they start to break up. And then we have these 7-year-olds who didn't move, but we work with them. Today, it looks like Man City was the oldest group I have. I 12-year-olds who knock around the ball, so they can string 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 passes together. And Manchester United look like the smallest group, the 5-year-olds. We get 2 passes at best. And I'm not lying, I'm not trying to be sensational for the program. We barely were able to put 3 to 4 passes together. So we on a scale of 1 to 10, we got like a 3. What we did in possession. Out of possession now. Our 2 wing backs in Shaw and McTominay. No, sorry. In Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. I have no idea how they earn money playing football at this point in time. Wan-Bissaka especially, he has no sense of position. There was the first goal. It was his fault because why? There were 2 Man City players next to him. Had one wide and had one upper feet in front of him. He stepped the one in front of him and they played the ball between him space. And the wing back. I mean, he said that back. And the winger, I think it was Roger Cancelo. Yeah. He got around them, square, and body slice and goal. And this happens to Wan-Bissaka a lot. So if you're watching Wan-Bissaka over the years, brilliant athlete. But when you're tackling, diving, throwing, stretching, the great Paloman did it 1 set. Anytime I have to leave my foot or side to tackle, I have made a mistake. If you look at the Liverpool stopper, what's his name?
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk. I'm not hearing you guys.
Van Dijk.
Volume drop right off of my head. I don't know.
Virgil van Dijk.
Virgil, right? That's it. If you look at Virgil steps in. How often do you see Virgil lie down? It's because that's what makes him such a great player. So, that is defensively what we did, our marking, and we were pressing. We weren't pressing at all. We were standing, as you were saying, quotes, we were standing up, something happened. No, you in defense, you get back, that is the retreat, then you delay the opponent, and then you recover the ball at the 3 phases. We were behind the ball. We retreated. We didn't retreat because I was behind the ball. But we were never able to delay or recover. So that's out of position. We were terrible. Transition of attack to defense. It happened twice. The ball long, Ronaldo agreed to run on it. That was our transition. That was it. There was no build-up. And transversely, transition of attack into defense was non-existent because we were always defending. Whole game. I have never seen a game where a team, even the Norway City and Newcastle, they have players of the game that they get everybody when they're into the game. We were not in the game at any point in time today. So those 4 categories of football is where I have to say the coach must go because he has been ineffective in improving any of them. And in closing, every coach, you expect to see some kind of improvement of players underneath him. Can any of your name in the only 3.5 to 4 years he's been at the head of Manchester United, a player that is a crew. So it's all.
Third players.
Only Mason Greenwood, and that's about it.
There was a point Shaw was really improving, but he just started to regress. So
I don't know if I could call it improvement or patches, yes, buddy?
patches for sure.
I just think he had got too swell, but we'll talk about that.
Probably. I get some comments on Iron. I comment to you, right? And the one I want to pose to you, Iron. And I mean, this you could, as Callum did, you could, include it in your assessment of the team sheets and the thoughts on the game, right? We saw Ollie, go to the 5-3-2, 3-4-1-2.
Guys, I will look up first and look backward because I cannot hear anything. I'm going to look up. I'll be right back.
No problem. So the question is, I'm asking myself, was Ollie really convinced by the system? Because if you check it, and I don't know if Nico, you had mentioned it, at every opportunity, whether there was a player who injured or whatever, he always seemed to throw in the towel and revert to his favored safe 4-2-3-1. All right, so keep that in mind, and I wanna get some comments, and then I'll come back to you, right, Lion? David saying here, City used us for passing practice today, another embarrassing performance from Ollie. How many more trashings must we receive before they realize he is not the man for the job? Dread boy? I don't know. Nigel saying, Reem, why Fred and the others look so good in other systems and he means for country, but looks so terrible in our system? Coaching has to be the problem.
I'm just saying, McTominay does look the same with for Scotland.
Yeah, but I one player, Nico. I one player. Right? Mario saying here, good points, Fire Marshal. If Ollie was to be fired tonight, he would not even be hired by any other EPL club.
None.
The ownership making us... Yeah, the ownership making us fans accept mediocrity. Very correct. Yeah. Very correct. And so continuing to Nigel's comment before, he's saying he don't think that the players that bad, so it had to be the management, right? David Curtin saying if Martial started, he would... You're trolling. If he was genuine, I'd agree with you.
David, that was me for David. Go back to his comment. Right, Curtin, anybody know what he working? I'm going to tell his management they should have a random drug test in the morning.
He been sarcastic.
Trolling.
Random drug test in the morning, boy.
Trolling room, boy.
David saying we have one of the greatest sides on paper. Yeah. Simeon saying here, bottom line is Ollie can't coach. Ollie can't coach his players to play the attacking formation he likes to play so that he can score goals, and now he can't coach his players in defensive formations to not concede. Malpractice. King Hunter, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying 1, Ollie out. 2, is Marcel injured. 3, Ollie out. Anderson saying the quote from Paolo Maldini, and I think that's what Callum had mentioned. He says legendary.
If you look at it, that's the one you remember Rio. How often did you say Rio go to ground?
Yeah,
he was stepping.
That's why he had the campaign. The campaign was stay on your feet, right?
Yeah. So I think every time John Terry, a legendary Chelsea defender, would go to ground was to block him, not to tackle him.
Yeah.
And that's the one, but Saka that send me crazy as a player's coach. I often tell my players, my wing back especially, do not dive in unless you are 125,000% sure you're going to win that tackle. Today, that one where Van Bissaka made an amazing tackle around the attacker back from behind. No, you get the ball, but it's not the ball. I said, oh my God, look at that.
That was in the box, right?
Yes, it was an amazing tackle.
I mean, the thing about it is Van Bissaka has always proven that he's a quality, skate tackle person. He good, So Lion, he could skate tackle. Yeah, he
could skate tackle. He could.
The man that could question the panel, he came from Crystal Palace, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I want to be honest with yourself. You think if Vieira was offered one Bissaka on a free transfer right now, you would take him?
Yeah, you would take him, man, Callum, man.
Bissaka is a good player.
Bissaka is a good defender in terms of a football player. He does not contribute anything going forward. He doesn't. right? And he,
On that different manager, he might offer more.
He will offer
We
more
are-
defensively because they play a different system.
Agree.
Yeah.
And I
You
think,
know,
and
so
I
he will
think,
look better in that system.
and I think, Olia, I am often very critical of certain players, in our team, but I also kind of thinking now that maybe I had to wait and see how they'll play under a different manager because Oli not getting the best out of the players that we have. So chances are, Callum, under better coach, Wan-Bissaka might actually look better.
Exactly. Because you were telling me that the coach hasn't said this no one, you're a fantastic player, nice quality, but one, I need to really pay attention to your positioning, Simply look over your left shoulder, you miss the line one. You miss the line a lot of times, one. People is out one side. Also, one, when the ball is on the far side by look around you. Your first person to mark is the one on the inside.
But
If you stop on that ball, you go too much inside one. Remember, there's a man last post.
But Callum,
It's happening right through.
but being a footballer too, right? Your defenders had to talk to you too. And I don't think we have that communication in the team.
thank
Maguire
you.
Maguire don't say anything,
I have
Varane on the pitch.
Because he's so far helping short to the left. So most likely Wan-Bissaka here and on the right.
Help himself.
You know who's the most vocal person in our backline?
Varane.
David De Gea.
Varane too. Varane just tell them fellas, you tell them push up. Hold in line. He telling them thing. You would not. The only time Maguire would speak when you realize he can't catch the player. Look when we play Atalanta. He running back and he realized he cannot catch it. He started telling the gear, come for the ball. Because he's too slow.
I look at a lot of football that I might I look at a lot of football and I like to listen to that analyst shows too. And I keep in a common trend from all the programs when they speak about the coaches, because that's my craft. I feel about my craft. They say Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel are micromanagers of their players. So, like after performance today, tomorrow session, they will tell them, listen, like session tomorrow, come in your sneakers. And they will be walking on the football field and looking at the visual positioning. Listen, when he was there, this is what you have to do. This is what I need from you. I don't want to hear nothing about you that big footballer. I want to play 3 World Cup. And you play in my team here, you're making a mistake. Because coaching and the core coaching is recognizing improvement opportunities.
That is
improvement on the
coaching.
Callum, I agree, Lion. That's basic, man. That's something you
is not doing that. That's why basic. Is he the manager?
All right.
I just feel the team reached a point where players just don't want to play for Ole again. They like him, but they don't what they have to do. They just
if you guys own a company and you'll hire a manager and basic in any company that employees come to work on time, basic, and there's a dress code, and the worker's not doing it, but these are basic. You know what I mean? I should not tell him to come to work on time, but I that owner. If I have a manager and he can't get him to come to work on time and he ain't talking about it, then you want to come on my place, let me get somebody get him to come to work on time. And that is what Ole. Ole can.
But Callum, if it's a company, there's a difference between looking nice and looking like a vagabond or looking like a homeless guy, right? I'm not gonna go to work in a beat shorts and a wife beater. I'm not. Right, but I know I can look nice wearing a long dress pants and maybe like a button-up V-neck shirt, right? And this is something that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer cannot instill in these players, right? We can talk about portion.
Why I say so? I look at Manchester United TV. I look at Mr. Alex Ferguson's story. I remember Giggs was talking about Eric Cantona, and Giggs said they came to a black tie event, and Giggs had that button loose, and he said I was toying him. So we say this wrong. If the great,
it's all about discipline too.
You pay a button, your last button. That Ole can make one of us can defend better. And if you can't make him defend better, try the road.
I think. So I want to move on from this, right? But just to bring some context to what you're saying there, Callum, right? Because I saw it as well. And the point that Giggs was making is, yes, Sir Alex Ferguson was very, very strict, with that kind of discipline, and even up to down to dress wear. But I think the point that Giggs was making is the kind of man manager he was,
We
because
agree, but
Callum,
I use it
Callum
as a show
because
micromanage the buttons on your shirt.
right, okay,
He's not
but
that
I
type
think
of manager.
the point that Giggs was trying to make in that interview, right, is that it was more so to lend to how well Sir Alex Ferguson managed Eric
How he
Cantona.
defended himself and how he
Yeah,
did the
yeah,
now.
because
That's my question.
Cantona came into that event wearing white with a
How I don't
sneakers.
fit.
Yeah, with
I
a
remember him.
sneakers. Yeah. Anyway, so Lion, tell me now, I don't know if there was anything that, the others didn't touch on about the team sheets and the game, but also, as I'd mentioned before, Ollie never really seemed convinced by the system, simply evidenced by the fact that every opportunity he would have reverted to the 4-2-3-1. Is it the end of the 5-3-2-4-3-1-2?
I don't think so, unless he leaves. Right? I think Ole just trying to save his job right now. Trying to defend
But,
as much. So that,
but how you could do that? You had your performances.
yeah, but
You know?
he cannot make with his team again.
Mm.
And Ole, let's say Ole are the wheels, but the wheels fall off right now because you have players who not playing well, and you're not dropping them at all. Right? If you drop one or two players who not playing well, you don't feel we'll get better performances, but you're playing these fellas over. Right? You're playing a 3-5-2 formation, right? You have actual wing backs in Tellers and Dalo. Play these fellas. Sure will give you one cross in how much games? In about 5 games, he give you one good cross. One Saka, beat and pass the ball behind you there, give you one cross too. So how you expect that formation to work? What Tellers as a wing back? You're playing as a wing back too. Right? Players for that formation. Right? You have no choice. Because nobody want to see Donny playing defensive. Right? Bruno playing every game. Give Donny a little chance to play the attacking midfield and see what would happen. Right? And no one season and job, right? So today I watched that game and I saw that no players coming for the ball, and when we get the ball, it's like we nervous. So what we're lacking confidence too. So how still this confidence in the team now when the ship sinking? I don't know how this board could watch Ole and say Ole could bring back this team. The team just getting worse and worse. Men scared to pass the ball. When they pass the ball, passing it short. And you're not seeing no positivity in the side. You had one.
If I wrong about this,
Huh?
This might be sacrilege. I go and say here, forgive me, but don't take it the wrong way. One of the problems the club have right now, you still Alex Ferguson also, right? His shadow is so looming so greatly over the club. I was so embarrassed as a coach. When Alex Ferguson came and spoke to the players, like, wow, that is so belittling as a coach. You think Mourinho was taking that?
Nobody could take Mourinho too.
Sorry?
Did it for Mourinho too? I think it's like Ferguson, yeah, we love him. But this time we move on from
because if I nobody, I don't give me a Manchester United job right now. The first thing I say to them in advance, no Alex Ferguson on the training ground. That is our rule. If you come in, let me come in. Because you'll never be like
instill your style in the team and own it. Have like a old coach coming and boys, listen to the manager. High profile player.
You know, like in that too. You and your wife having a problem in the house, and I bring she ex-boyfriend or she let me say she father to come
Talk to
and
me. Come to talk to me.
yeah.
Deco,
I wanna jump on something that Land said just now there
yeah, go
in
ahead.
terms of the players scared and they don't know even how to move on from this position that we in now. And I think the only thing that could do that is with somebody bringing a system, right? That they believe in, where on the training field they seen it working and they sort of believe in it. I think now that sort of do or play a system what they believe in, something that's working for them maybe in training because whatever they're doing, it ain't working and they lose all confidence because of that. So what somebody had to bring that system, a tried and tested system that they feel comfortable with for them to really build back that confidence because from now until all
I
these
gonna
leaves, it would remain the same. They will be scared, they will be petrified, they especially playing against top opposition.
just to allude to what Nico said, right? You know what will give these players a wake up call or a kick up the backside? A non-British manager.
Yeah.
Correct,
Of
correct.
course.
You heard what Callum said? First things first, I am in charge. No Sir Alex Ferguson in the dressing room. So Alex Ferguson, as far as I'm concerned, you are the greatest manager of all time, but you're also a fan. Sit your ass in the fans and just watch me coach.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Those are the things that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer do not have the cojones for, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we can sit here over and over again talking about some sort of system. Nico, there's no system here, man. There's no system.
But I had to do
in
something
this
to
club.
believe in because that's the only way you could
Well, the only
move
way
on.
the only way I get to that.
But Nico is just
That's
hope.
the only way you can move on.
Nico. There's no more belief in this team. It's just hope. It's just hope and prayers, Nico.
This team
It's just
still
hope and prayers. I don't believe
has
in
no
nothing.
confidence.
I'd rather believe. I would rather believe in Santa Claus and Squid Games before I believe in this team again.
Let me just get some
And
comments, guys, right?
and you want to give me like get rid of half of them by now. Because somebody like shoot.
Anderson saying here, when you said about his lacking of confidence in the formation shows that he's just throwing around stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Yeah, true.
You are
That.
OJT.
Yeah. John Paul Belmar, thanks for joining. Saying what about Jesse? Jesse came on in earlier games and had an impact. Now he barely getting minutes.
Ole don't have a plan. Ole plays 11 players and hopes for the best right through. Manchester United at the same time does not have a football philosophy or at least a strong. Let me go back to Ole. Obviously, you would have going into the philosophy, but he is not implementing a strong football philosophy because systems do not matter. You can play for the whole season and you get about 8 different views of a 4-4-2 based on your football philosophy. The only time I saw a team playing with the one easy identifiable philosophy is when we was playing on the counter with Rashford and Marshall and somebody and Greenwood.
Yeah.
Or Dan James too.
Rashford is carelessly. That's why nothing not working.
Exactly. And with all those Ole doesn't have enough Ole was in him to actually learn, analyze his games. Because example, I'll tell you a reason why we're losing so many games at Old Trafford, to be honest with you. At Old Trafford, even though we might go to a defensive formation, we are on a bounce, so to speak, to go forward. So that's why we get exposed so much. And Old Trafford is one of the bigger grounds in terms of width and length. So when we can possess the ball, they are going to murder us.
No, nonsense, because that's our ground. We're not supposed to be loose. We're supposed to know that ground. You say,
but other teams, well, I don't want to say they have more technical players, but they're just properly well coached. Other teams just properly well coached.
But a man could come in my kitchen and know where my salt is and know where my sugar is and all of that and make breakfast by me.
You know, he might come with a recipe. He might come with a recipe and show him everything is, and he might
Exactly.
make a better tea than you
Lion,
in your own house.
if you ain't got no recipe, and the man come your house and make
Yeah.
and make something from scratch,
Oh
boy.
gosh, well, they don't have no recipe. Just
Exactly.
you have good ingredients.
Lion, that's what we've been trying to. That's what we have
Well,
been preaching for the
I
last
want
2
them
months.
out. I fed up at the man. I fed up.
But Olia, I have a question here, right? So Nico, you could probably start off, right? Jody's saying here, in my opinion, I'm glad Ronaldo did not score that volley. Yes. Now, what I'm hearing here is is some of the sentiments being echoed at plenty of fans. Do you think we have reached the place, or are you all at the place where you want Man United to lose, you want your team to lose just so that the manager can get sacked?
Never.
Are you at that place? Are you at that place?
Nah.
Have you ever reached there?
I don't have it.
No,
Never.
it is at times, eh? No, it is at times. You see, like with the Liverpool game, when you don't get 5, you say, no, God, it with 2 more because we don't get 5 already. Right? We don't get 5. So if we 2 more, let me drive it home.
I never reached that
Drive
point.
it
I
too.
love my team too much.
Reem, I'm not gonna lie, right? When it gets to a point where you said, okay, I hope Man United can come back. And you're still hoping. And when we concede a goal, it's like, okay, don't drop hopes. Don't drop hopes. Don't drop your dreams because we can still come back from this here. When 3 and 4 goals going, Reem, it's almost like a FIFA score. Almost like a FIFA score, dog. It's like you almost cheering on the opposite team because you want them to make a cricket score, boy. 7 for 1. That's a cricket score.
No, but think about it, right,
that.
guys? Think. I hear you, Lion. I hear you. You'll never think about that. But when you consider where the team going, you're not seeing the progress, under Oli. But he just seemed to, for quite some time now, get the results through these moments of players stepping up and on their own and creating that opportunity. Evidenced by Atalanta, right? That equalizer was all Ronaldo, right? We're being real here. I'm being human with you all, and I'm telling myself, well, probably if we lost this next game, it might be the how they call it, the straw that break the camel back, and Oli will finally get his sack, so we could get a proper manager, so we could play entertaining football and we go win the right way. Go ahead.
As a football fan, when you're watching the game, right? Example, for schools, he summed up brilliantly when we defeated Atlanta 3-2 in Old Trafford. He said that, yeah, we get the result we're looking for, results always matter. But when you look at what does happen, the football, we know what's going to happen next. So I could also remember when Pep coached his first game for Barcelona, I think they drew 1-1. And Johan Cruyff, the great Johan Cruyff, said, we are from the promised land. So the guy was talking to him and said, we're talking about we draw 1-1. He said, the football, look at how the team is playing and the vision. That is what we want. So if you look at football from an analytical point of view, score don't matter. You can see what happened by the performances. And that's why I can say clearly,
See that?
we because I don't know. We want to Zidane. Zidane, if taking on Zidane.
No, I didn't say that. I say you could see what's going to happen before we get it.
Oh, okay, definitely.
Right?
So
Yeah, I don't think Zidane could
we
come.
have enough quality in the players on the park. We will equal some results going on the road, but we'll never be a great team under our present leadership because at the end of the day, I say I'm not mad Ole live his dream. He was not coach, he tried, and the team didn't prove on them, man. Like no liar. Our people improve on them every year we go a little higher, but he has definitely reached his cap. And these are all the other managers are people who are looking at football, analyzing football, and making plans how to beat us. There's no way we can beat other teams in the league anymore. We have been found out, and we have been found wanting.
Right. So guys, everybody ban Nicholas, all the beating around the bush, right? And Akira saying it here. He's saying, honestly, I am there. I want us to lose games 3-0 and up. Right? We need to destroy to rebuild this football club.
I'm sorry. And I don't know Manchester United fan.
I can never do that.
You're right about the analyst part, but no, I will never.
I could be real with you, but I would never. It has some fellas saying, "Oh, they want us to lose before we even play."
Oh yeah,
I don't think I get.
They're fickle fans.
I love my team. If we had to lose, let we lose. But I wouldn't come out and say, let we lose so
all right, so Lion, I ain't saying, you're coming out and you're declaring nothing, right? Because, I've been honest with you, I'm a true and true man. You United supporter, right? But
Yeah.
sometimes, deep down as a fan, I am fed up of the rubbish I see, and I know, from what I've seen over so long, that this is not going to change. And I've also acknowledged the type of owners that the club has. And once this manager or any manager is able to obtain the bare minimum, they're not going to change. And sometimes what has to happen for them to change management is for results to go down, right? So the point I'm making is this: if Oli continues to scrape results with poor performances, like for instance the Atalanta game, where we know Atalanta was the better team, I don't want to see my Manchester United being dominated by a small team in Italy, right? I don't want to see Villarreal, who's sixth place in Spain, dominate my team, and I just had to suffer through the game
Was
and
over
hope Ronaldo.
What position we in?
No, but the point I'm making, understand what I'm saying, right? Chances are, if he loses games, right, enough games, not enough for us to get relegated, please, right? I don't think our owners that badly off, but just enough for him to lose his job, so that somebody more capable could come in and steer the ship onto greater things.
Honestly,
Really?
Our next hope. Our next hope.
Look, honestly,
No, but how worse
I
we could get on
lost.
Oli right now? How much worse we could get on Oli?
I
You'll be
even
surprised.
lose
surprised.
confidence in Ole getting sacked. You know why? He should have got sacked since last season after that Villarreal game, right?
Only out. All what you guys are saying this now.
So long,
Right?
so long after. The good boy.
What I'm saying is, Ole does give you a little hope and then take it away. Give you hope, take it away. Right?
Nah, but this one is the worst boy. You see this stretch here?
Last season, we spoke about if Ole reached his ceiling, you know. Now we're talking about it that year.
Okay,
Man, I'm getting sacked.
I'm sorry to cut it short, but I had to go.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for
I
joining.
get that
Callum,
long
guy.
analysis, sir.
I want to flight now. I had a thing that I have a meeting with the Glazers. So hopefully I might get a breakthrough this time. Keep on your fingers crossed on it. Yeah, put on some bail money because if I can't convince the girl, then I might have to shoot behind him. So put on some bail money. Want to say that you put that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for joining, Callum.
President Brazilian, and Kareem. Really, you know what you're different because that match you see when you background it, if that was you showing your children. Your children, boy, you can't be showing children that match you see like exactly.
Nah, not Marcia. All right, guys. So I mean, I'm looking at the time, right? So I want to get this one filled, right? So I mean, I like how the discussion flowing because it kind of going straight into what I wanted to ask next, right? Now, for the record, I don't want us to lose any games, right? But I've been honest with you. I've seen enough. I'm fed up with Oli, right? And deep down, after I see how we start games and what's going on, yeah, I just kind of say, well, if we gain licks, let go to the extent where we get enough that will convince the board to say, well, hey, yeah, we're going to be fed up at this. It's time to change, right? But I don't go into games wanting us to lose. So we've seen where we're at right now. We see what happened with Man City. We saw up to today what's going on. Now, you would want to think we have an international break 2 weeks. Surely the board has to act, right? We have rival fans singing Oli at the wheel, So my question is to you all, and Phil, we could start with you. At what point do you think the board will act? Do they act now during this 2 weeks? Or do you think that they'll wait until we out of the Champions League? Or do you think that they will wait until we're mathematically out of the top four race?
So remember a month ago where I had posed, if Manchester United win 10 EPL games in a row, I would give somebody from AllinAllunited, whether it's the panel or whether it's somebody in the comments, I will give them 1,000 Canadian dollars. That is back on the table, but here is a criteria that's way easier, right? Anybody that is watching AllinAllunited, 1,000 Canadian dollars for if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United can win 7 games in a row. It doesn't matter if it's EPL, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. It doesn't matter if it's the Roland Garros, Masters. I don't care. 1,000 Canadian dollars to any person watching All In, All United.
I don't
Can
think you're
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer get 7 W's in a row? Doesn't matter the competition.
Phil, I don't think you're ready.
Does anybody in the panel, does anybody in the comments for All In, All United think that's possible? I don't know.
Shannon, good night. Good night. I'm an Arsenal fan on the inside. Good night. You're playing soon.
But to get back to Reem's question, right? It's almost similar to how Jose Mourinho was in the Europa League campaign, right? You know, we were doing okay and we went on to win it. But I think the Glazers would probably say, you know what, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still has us in the Champions League. And being in the Champions League right now with viewership will give us money. Right? Until it is impossible or until we are knocked out of the Champions League, maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will still have a job. Right? I know some people are saying, oh, it may be when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is mathematically out of the title race, right? But I think that with regards to the Champions League, because that's why we brought in Ronaldo and Rafael Varane, right? Until we get knocked out of the Champions League, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is safe.
Nico?
Yeah, I fully agree with that. As long as we continue to win the Champions League, continue waiting a chance to make it to the other round, definitely I think he would be safe. Also, with a shout of the top 4, you know, that's being close to the top 4, you know, 5-6 points. I think the Glazers are good enough with that. To me, they're good enough with a top 4 finish. And they would be, and even be a top 6 finish, you know, and they would be content with a top 6 finish to be able to play in the Europa League, because even for that, I think for the Europa League, they're glad for that also, you know. So until let me say we out of the Champions League and then mathematically we maybe below 6th, you know, I think that is maybe when that axe could wheel. I think other than that, I'm not seeing again, things could change in this 2 weeks, because I think we're in a real rut, I mean a state, you know, and in this 2 weeks, you never know, something maybe can change, but I'll be definitely surprised if something changes within the next 2 weeks of this international window.
All right. Before I come to Lion on this same point, let me just get some comments here, right? DeAndre Ritchie, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying good night. He's also saying here, I'm tired, and I think I need a vacation if we're going to have a bad season. Got too much talent in this squad here. Simeon saying, ain't we gotta face young boys again? Nobody winning that money. So Phil, your money safe, boy. Jody saying, normally I would have take the better Phil, but Juju walking. King Hunter saying, well, you're holding on to that stack. That's where everybody done no confidence at all. According to results tomorrow, we can be 8 on the table.
Yes.
Wow.
I was just about to get to that. Because right now we're in 5th? If results go certain ways, we at 8th or 9th, you know. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, so Lion, tell me now, you know, how when if at all, when do you think will be the breaking point for the Glazers to wheel the axe?
I think if they were really about football, well, they would have done gone already. Right? Just because of his comments. So you hoping that Watford will be a game for a platform. Right? I think they will. Honestly, I think they're waiting for a manager. If a manager like Ajax manager was available, he already come. But I believe they're trying to see how long they could hold out until the end of the season. But I hope they're ready to the side, because we can do better than this now. We just going further and further in a hole. They cannot bring us out of that. Because hopefully we'll be looking at some we're supposed to get. took a job the week before.
So, but Reem, to answer Devindra's comment, right? Minus Zizou, don't be surprised if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets sacked and the guys put Carrick as interim manager. You know,
Don't do that. Don't do it
I-
that.
don't be surprised. Okay,
That come to my mind. That come to my mind. But my GZU Web.
I see. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that. I saw that name. You're talking about him today.
yeah, he was at RB. He was at RB Leipzig. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we can call Zizou. We could have called Conte prior to Spurs. We could call Eric Ten Hag. The Glazers taking the cheap option, guys.
Yeah, they think the cheap option is keeping Ole because he signed a new contract in the summer.
But not even that line. I'm talking about if they sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Michael Carrick can be at the helm, you know. Michael Carrick will be at the helm.
But
I
some
can't delete
people
on my football access.
some people say that Ralph Ragnick, you know, could come in on the interim and then Ten Hag could take over in the summer and they just move up Ralph Ragnick to director of football. But that's something too good for
Too
something
good.
Man
Too good
United.
for
to do.
the truth.
Yeah.
I can tell you what happened. And you can quote me on this here now, right? Pep Guardiola is leaving Manchester City in 2023, so he says, right? Guess who will be next manager of Manchester City? Eric Ten Hag.
Nah, but I see the same Brendan Rodgers holding out for that. I don't know how true.
For Man City?
Yeah.
Brendan
I
I'll be
Rodgers.
surprised. I'll be surprised.
I'll be
Nah,
surprised.
Brendan
Yeah.
Rodgers is actually a good coach. You know?
He is a good coach.
Yeah, but you don't go from Pep Guardiola to Brendan Rodgers. You go from Pep Guardiola to somebody that's trending, somebody that can get results, right? IS coach has been getting results for the last 3 years. With this,
But really hard to replace Pep Guardiola in any capacity, yeah, because he is something special.
boy,
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
Brendan Rodgers will be a better coach for us, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad shot for us actually, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, earlier, you know what's real damning today? The fact that that City never came out of first gear and Pep didn't even make one sub. Right?
Shucks, he didn't
And
make one sub?
Pep make no substitutions, right? And you know what Pep said after the game about that? He said he didn't need to make the sub because the team was playing. I don't want to misquote him, but probably I not what I saying it not as bad as how he make it sound. Right? He said he didn't need to make a sub because he didn't see the need to change anything.
Yeah.
Don't have anything to change there. Imagine
exactly.
if he had Ferran Torres or wait, he put on Grealish, I think.
No, nobody.
No.
He didn't make no
Grealish didn't come
substitutions.
on?
No
Lion.
substitutions.
The only team that made subs today was Manchester United.
And what it was so bad, we make a concussion sub.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna honestly, it's sad to say, but I was kind of glad to see Shaw come off, and that was the only way he could come off.
Yeah. And
So
Simeon
put
played right here.
Some sense knocked into his head.
And this was so Simeon for what the last 20 to 25, 30 minutes of the game,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Pep, that team they were just toying with us all here, right?
Yeah.
They could have, I believe, if they wanted to, they could have put 5 or 6 passes even in the second half. But you know what? I don't know if they were thinking, you know, Pep was saying in the change room, guys, you know, we want Ole to stay. So please just keep the ball, don't score no more goals, okay? If they go ahead and hit us for 6, probably we might have lost it. What?
Oh, and Pep Guardiola wants Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the job. You think I'm gonna put 5 like Liverpool pass? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? You must be kidding me. But the two things that really had me feeling like a side man was that David De Gea, when he was walking off, the guy banged up he didn't really bang up, but it was more like you can see the frustration, right?
Yeah.
And then to see a video of Man City fans singing Ole at the wheel. Boy, it's almost like we have become a banter club / joker club.
Yeah, it was real bad today. Eric
Big
Lewis, thanks for
friend,
joining me. He's saying Joachim Low and Lauren Blanc could be good interims as well. I don't know.
I don't know anybody could be a good interim for United. Yes. What would they do?
Yeah, he's saying it was
Anybody that the people have in the positions right now? Anybody else? Something
Yeah.
fresh. We need something fresh.
Graham Potter and all could do.
Anything, anybody, somebody fresh, but oh god.
I feel I'm so sick. I need to take something for this fight. God.
But wait, what did I mention an hour ago when the podcast started? I tired, dog. I tired.
Yeah.
Tired.
My life started to go and obey that's spoiling things.
No, but I mean, these things are glaring, and the type of, and I always say, I don't mind we lose games. I don't mind we drop points during games. I don't mind, I am real. I know the football is it even out a lot, so big teams not dominating and trashing everybody else. So I understand that they'll have games that you can't win. I understand they'll have games that you can't, you would lose, right? But the manner in which we go about winning and drawing and losing games, even winning sometimes. Look at the game when City played against Crystal Palace and they lost last week. All right, that has happened. I know going to throw, as a City fan, I know going to throw no fit because I watch the game. Obviously as a rival, you want City to lose. But when you look at that game, you could have seen that City could have win the game because they were playing well. Crystal Palace just executed their plan better. That's all it was. But when you look at Man United playing teams, it's very difficult to see where Man United deserve to win a game.
You don't have any hope. It don't look like we have any hope at all.
Yeah.
All right.
DeAndre saying we really need help. When will the glory days return? When are we not there anymore?
I just don't want to be like Liverpool. I'm a 70s and we win our next title. Nah.
Yeah, boy.
I don't want to be like that.
You can imagine in about 40 or 50 years right now, all of us, no, not 40 or 50, let's say 60 or 70 years from now, all of us here on United with our canes and walking sticks and wheelchairs, still saying, well, they're going to social out.
Yeah, I think you would still be the manager then.
Watch man. I don't know. No, watch man.
No, let's turn it around.
Well, my fault, Steve dropping out, and I there got my cane there wiggling sore, and I asking my bed nurse to bring me some soup while I saying we're gonna social out.
Nah. I don't know. That might be the case for some. Some of we might get killed, earlier before that, knowing that only still at the wheel. I don't know. That can might catch and kill some of we. All right. Belma saying here the players just look totally disinterested. Well, after you're seeing that teams
they believe in themselves. They believe in they believe in nothing that happening. That it will work.
Yeah. Jody's saying here if how Roy Keane safe or he come out the studio, you'll call him and ask him.
Jody, it's true. Jody, it's true. It's true. Jody, I agree solely with Roy Keane because at the end of the day, I do not know how other teams have the likes of N'Golo Kante and Kovacic and even Thiago Alcantara. And you just look across the league, you look across the other teams in Europe, and we are Manchester United relying on Fred.
And
because earlier watchman.
Don't even play midfield for his country, McTominay.
Yeah, I find we winning real hard on Fred, and Fred is one of the players who does always show for the ball. He's show intensity, he does show.
Showing means what?
No, but I'm going to clarify that, right, Nico? Not that your quality, but I don't know if it's because Fred just prefer step up to the plate. He ain't good enough, but he just the type of player that will step up to the plate. He'll get more criticism than McTominay, who always hiding during games.
Yeah, he don't come to the ball at all, Anna.
Yeah, this is the third week on the bounce where McTominay hide and goes through games, and everybody going in on Fred because he a little more confident in his inability to show himself.
Reem, other than energy, what does Fred give us? Fred is just a Lucozade bottle. That's all he is.
But what McTominay giving us, but nobody.
No. I kind of I'm done with McTominay as well too. A lot of people tell me that McTominay is still this young up and coming midfielder, right? He could turn into Jesse Lingard. There's still United fans that think Jesse Lingard is still a youngster.
He's not good enough too, boy. Scott not good enough too.
I think Peter Belma had put it good here with Scott, right? Yeah, let me get the comment. He's saying Scotties and O'Shea at best. These type of players very important as utility players, but not as starters. And this is what I can't get. Why
Put him in
are
the
we going
back.
into?
Yeah,
why
yeah.
are we going
Well,
into seasons with this man?
yeah, come on. Hey, we need a right back, boy. You know, back when they feel like a fool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
what had to be. Right? That's what had to be. Hey, just to be all right. You hold this stopper, you know, for 5 minutes. Right? Do that's what had to be.
Yeah, they'll come on in the 91st minute or
I tell
something
you,
like that.
boy.
What is almost so you're trying to say that we have no specialists in this team, we got to rely on utility players? Come on,
Exactly.
man. We're Manchester United guys.
Everything in that team good, except the middle. Well, I'm sorry, I'm Maguire. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Man, Basaka. We had to call real names no because
Real names, I tell you, it's real names that I call by.
Now, I will say this. If we bring in a different coaching staff and a different manager, and he can get the best out of these players, I will raise my hand.
Right.
I am willing to do it, but until then, these guys are just a bunch of jokers. A bunch of jokers. Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, Jared Leto, just a bunch of jokers, man.
Yeah. So guys, I think we have come to the end of the podcast this evening. Thanks guys for those who were in the comment section. Thanks for the continued support, even when Man U frustrating us. Thanks for the shares. Yeah. Thanks for the comments. Continue to like and share, even those who might be able to watch it after. Right, we do appreciate it. So guys, let me get some closing thoughts now. Lion?
hopefully in the next 2 weeks we should smile, not because we become one squad, but we should have a new manager. Hopefully, this is my hope. All right, that's all I have to say because I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Pep training session.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny how we had more shots on David De Gea than on their goalkeeper. It's so funny, right? But I mean, I don't know, right? I'm tired, and this team is going to. When you watch Man United, it's going to send you one of two places. It's going to send you either back home happy or straight to the liquor store. I'm Nico, Lion, and Reem. I'm tired, man. I'm exhausted. I only watch these games to come and contribute on AllinAllunited. Other than that, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't know. Just to allude to what Lion said. Hopefully, we should have some good news in the next 2 weeks, right? So,
yeah, Nico.
Yeah. For me, the thing is, I'll keep it short and sweet. There's only one way for us to come out of this deep dark hole. Honestly, I'm not seeing Ollie being able to turn it around. So the only other thing is get a new manager, and really, I hope that the board makes a decision. Don't mind we can talk about it in terms of they making a decision, or if they would make that decision. But I think that is the only how we would turn out of this hole being right now. So I just hoping that something happen, where we can really turn a new chapter in Man United history.
Yeah. I remember. I can't remember if it was after the Atalanta game, Nico. But Nico you had come here and you said that you're numb. You're reaching a place where you're numb to performances. So much so that you don't even go and watch the games if you miss it.
That was the 5. I think that was the 5 against Liverpool.
Oh, that was Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. Just get agitated. You reach the point where you get agitated when you hear Ollie and other players talking interviews and press conferences. And I think I have arrived at that place. Ollie does annoy me. Right, when I hear him talking and I see the man is either he lying through his teeth when he talk about giving players opportunities, or he deluded with his optimism about what he could do to improve the squad. Maguire does annoy me when he talk. Sure,
You know what
You know-
I fed up of? Rim?
Go ahead.
Every week, we sorry to disappoint the fans.
Yeah, yeah.
We will do better next game. We
Yeah.
will fight harder.
Bruno, Rashford,
Pogba, Bruno,
Pogba,
Jesse Lingard.
Maguire.
Like them fellas,
Maguire,
like they need to
yeah.
delete your social media and done because when you go share
Thank you.
history, this is all you're seeing. Rashford, like, you know, even feeding kids no more. Pussy
But
fella.
Lion, that social media bullcrap could have fly 2 or 3 months ago. Not now.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
fed up for that now.
Numb.
Yeah.
I'm numb. You see,
Yeah,
you see, Man United and West Indies. I'm done.
I know what cricket, so
Yeah,
I
so
get fella headache.
that's where I'm at right now, fellas. I fed up at the essays, you know, on social media, you know. How much times they go tell man not our best performance, we need to do best. How much times
Yeah, how much
I go
times?
hear that, you know? So that's where I am at now. So I watch games, you know, kinda I don't take it on as much as I used to in the past because I know it's a worth it, you know. It just not worth it. And I mean, I think as Phil would have say, we do it because we watch the game because we love the club, and we watch it sometimes because we know we have to come here and deliver, you know. So that's where I'm at right now. I echo, you know, what you all said as well, with hoping that within the next 2 weeks, the board will shock us with some kind of proactivity, you know, and make a decision.
Proactive.
More like reactivity, but not proactivity. It's pure reactiveness from now.
No, well, listen, anything that this board do right now, as far as I'm concerned, yes, it could be reactive by normal standards, right? But how this board is, they're gonna wait until the end of the season, or they're gonna wait until Oli out of top 4. They're gonna wait until he out of Champions League, and this is why I say proactive, because that is their normal standard. If he out of the big money stages, then they will react and then they'll sack him. But if they do it now, as far as I'm concerned, that's being proactive. Where the board is concerned, our board, you know. So yes, that is what we hoping. Let's see how it goes, and yeah, I'm gonna get some closing comments here, and then we'll wrap it, guys. Jody's saying here, as for the time being, I stopped watching games live. Win, lose, or draw, I will watch them later on in the day. But I can't handle that live feed expectations anymore.
Yeah. That's take a toll on you. That's definitely take a toll on you.
King Hunter saying UFC have some good fights. I sticking Oli face on one of those. I see Bruno post up today that they need to stop talking so much. So then why he posts it? Eric saying Oli play 5 in the back and City had no striker centre backs, defending no one. Lord help us. Yeah, boy. Yeah, watch
She said, is the 5 of them? Is the 5 defenders wasn't defending nobody? In fact, the 7 of them, as Callum would have said, the 7 of them wasn't defending nobody.
A striker don't matter once you're playing ball.
You know, and it has always been difficult when you have to go into an international break 2 weeks off the back of this kind of situations now where your team lose, play poorly. Yeah, it has be real hard to wait the next 2 weeks to get disappointed again, you know. What we gonna do, Alia? What we gonna do?
What we gonna do? We just come back on the next segment and talk.
Yeah, that's all we could
We
do.
lost again.
Yeah. Anyway, Alia, I really had plans to rant about something, but I go hold it, right? So everybody, thanks again for joining. Thanks for the comments, the shares, the likes. Phil, Lion, thanks for joining. Nick and myself again. I appreciate it.
No problem, man.
So guys, we will see you all on the next one.